Hello everyone, and welcome to my cozy little corner where we're going to discuss the 3Ds of manifesting. That's right, you heard me. I know that there's some of you at home right now laughing. 3Ds, filth. I caught you out. But essentially, this is for those of you who have been ingesting a lot of content and are trying to figure out how to apply this. Maybe you've been trying to apply this to your current circumstances, but you're not seeing change. You're still seeing a stagnancy in the 3D. You're still seeing this repetitive loop, old beliefs being projected, and you can't seem to break out of this. What's going on? Well, I've broken it down into 3 simple steps. And what if I was to tell you that with these 3 simple steps, the 3Ds, you can absolutely manifest anything that you desire. This is essentially what I do, what the celebrities do, what anyone who uses the law, who have discussed about how they've used the law, this is essentially what they do. But these are my 3Ds that I've put together for you to make this really simple. And I'm going to use analogies to break it down like I always do, so that you guys can really grasp the concepts, because it can get lost on us after a while, right? You watch all of these videos and afterwards you're just kind of lost where to begin. Okay, I'll just try and imagine a scene and I'll try and loop it over. I'll just try and affirm 1,000 times a day and see if something changes. We absolutely lose the point in all of this. And it is surprising that no matter how much we repeat the same message, essentially, it's still getting lost somewhere. So I'm going to find as many different ways to explain it and break it down for all of you so that nothing is lost here, so that you can really put it to the test and make use of it, okay? So first up, welcome to my cozy corner. I'm Athena.raven. I'm a mental health and manifestation life coach, and we're looking to inspire you and also to build you up towards success. I want you to achieve success in everything, and my intentions are very, very strong. I've been inundated with clients, people I've spoken to, incredible success stories. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to email me your successes, my clients who very kindly voice note it into me. I don't care if you've coached with me or not, if I've never met you before. All of you have a success story to share, and I just want to get all of you for the moment now to reflect upon that. Because before we start manifesting anything, there's no point coming at it from a failure mindset. You've got to step into a success mindset. I know I say the same thing over and over, guys, but you've got to. I'm not just saying it for the sake of it or for the sake of this channel. You see, what happens is if I come at any desire from a failure mentality, then what's going to happen is I'm inadvertently going to look at other people who have my desire. I'm going to feel jealous, or I'm going to feel bitter about it, or I'm going to feel sad because I'm not connected to my desire. These negative emotions that we feel is because there's a disconnect between you and what you truly desire for yourself. And so you have to step into a success mindset. I invite you to do so. But all of you have success. I know some of you are thinking, oh, but I haven't got that car yet. I haven't got that career yet, or still in debt. See, my SP is still not talking to me. That does not determine whether or not you're a success, because I guarantee that every single one of you has set an intention for something and has got it. Okay, so share your success stories in the comments below or email it to me, and I will share it on my website, and I'll share it on this channel, because I've dedicated half of this channel to all of you, to feeling like a success and realizing how incredible this law is. Now, with these 3 Ds that I want to share with you. So imagine this, you've got a desire, as every single one of you do. For some of you, it's career prospects, it's money, it's love. But regardless of what it is, okay, I have a desire. The first step, the first D, is disregard. Now, a lot of people will tell you to ignore your 3D reality. How that's possible, I really don't know. And I think it's probably the wrong use of language, essentially, to say ignore. Because if I tell you to ignore the 3D, you're going to assume that I've got to put the blinkers on and I better not look at the 3D and don't look at close my eyes and avert myself to what's happening. I can't see it, No, get away from me, 3D. We can't live our lives like that. Who the hell does? I mean, you're meant to be living in the present moment. Enjoy the present moment. Find peace in the present moment. That's really important. But disregard, I think, is more the word that we should be using. So D number 1 is disregard. And what I mean by that is, at the moment, your life is a certain way. And your life is probably not showing you any evidence that you can have your desire, that it's even a possibility, right? So what we're meant to do is disregard the circumstances, you know, disregard them as being final. Disregard them as being your ultimate truth. Disregard the people that are saying no and the naysayers that are telling you, but you don't have the skills, but why do you want that ex back? Or you don't have the money, how are you going to do this? Disregarding that. I understand that it's there, and my reaction to it will tell me a lot about where I stand in relation to my desire. But for now, if I'm going into imagination, if imagination is the creative source, if I'm manifesting and everything is within me, then I have to disregard what's currently going on, because this is old news, old manifestation, and very much a bridge to my success. Okay, so I'm going to use it as my sounding board. I'm going to jump from this reality to the next. And so I'm just going to take what I can from this and disregard what doesn't serve me, and take into account instead what do I want next? What can I actually have? What states to me that I can have what I want? Because if you look for that information, you will find it no matter what. This is how I change my clients' states so easily, so quickly. And I literally see it in their face and their demeanor, because they were focusing on everything in the 3D that said they couldn't have it, rather than everything that said that they could. And it's such a simple mindset shift that means that, oh my God, I go from the state of not having and failure and that to realizing my successes in the past, realizing all the reasons why I can have what I want. Oh my God, now this seems a lot more believable to me. Now I can actually accept it. And this is the same for all of you. Some of you will be thinking, yeah, but no, there isn't anything. No, trust me, this is the same for all of you. Think of it this way. You're like an artist. It's like, that was my painting back at my school painting. But I started that painting and, you know, my canvas was kind of getting messed up. So it's like your 3D reality. We come at it with the wrong concept of self, and we've made a bit of a mess. We've got this recurring pattern with jobs and careers, these recurring failures with relationships and SPs, right? So I don't really like this canvas, what I've painted at the moment. You know what? Rather than trying to fix my way through this muddle, I'm just going to disregard it. I'm going to put up a fresh new canvas, and I'm just going to start again with a blank canvas. That's what you have to do in stage one. Your life and everything about you is a blank canvas. Do that meditation, that hypnosis. So all of my recordings are hypnosis, which is very rare in this community, that you have people that actually studied hypnosis. It's such a powerful tool for impression of the subconscious mind. Now, I've got an I am meditation that is essentially like starting with a blank canvas, clearing you of all those limiting beliefs that are getting in the way, clearing you of all the negative self-concept labels that you've gifted yourself, right? Clearing yourself of that, just going back to the very core of I am. Fresh canvas, who do I want to be? Let me start afresh and disregard what 3D circumstances is currently showing me. Stage two, the second D in all of this, is decide. I can't stress to you guys enough how important this is and how many people get this stage wrong. You might think, yes, I know what I want. I want my SP, or I want that career, or I want that. But we don't actually have all that much clarity, I've realized. I only realized this through the comments that I get and the people that I speak to, that a lot of the clarity is missing. What all of you are, well, not all of you, but what a lot of you are doing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but even I do this myself too. I sort of am too tethered to what's going on in the 3D, and I end up inadvertently deciding what I want based on what I believe I can have, rather than being true to myself, what I truly want. It's always based on what I think I can have, what I think I'm capable of, what I think they're capable of, if it involves a specific person, rather than no, what do I actually want? And this is so important. It's like setting, you know, satellite navigation in your car. We don't just sort of state that, well, you know, yeah, I want to go somewhere that has leaves and is warm and is on the west side of London. Where am I going to end up? I will get inconsistent results. I will not get to the destination that I want. I have to have clarity. I have to decide with absolute clarity, with firmness, even if you don't know. For example, if you're manifesting a job, but you don't know exactly what kind of job that would be. Like I didn't know. There was a time I wanted a specific type of job. I didn't know what that job would be at that time, but I did know that I wanted a job where I earn lots of money, working less, work from home, freedom to travel a bit, be my own boss, be respected. Like, this was my list of clarity. So I could be clear in exactly what I wanted, the qualities. You can do that with a job. You can do that with financial abundance. What does financial abundance mean? How do I know I have it? Right, I want to be able to pay my bills and not bat an eyelid. I want to be able to go on holiday and not have to worry about the expenses. I want to, same with SP as well, right? Instead of what I think the SP can give me based on our past experience, how about I go for, well, what do I want in a relationship? What's important to me? I want the good communication, the consistency, someone to love me unconditionally, right? So decide what it is that you want with clarity. Set the intentions on your satellite navigation system so there is no room for error, so that you are jet propelled to that reality. Because it's the only reason a lot of us get hot and cold or inconsistent results is that we're basing it on the 3D, basing it on our past. No, blank canvas, remember. Disregard the past, decide what it is that you want, get that clarity, and spend your time getting that clarity so that you know you are going to the right destination. Number 3, the third D, the third and final D is to decree, is to really decree. And by that, I mean owning it. At that point, we are it. I state I am it. It's always about who you are in the present moment. So when I had set my intention for my ideal job, for example, where I listed all the qualities, I decided that's what I wanted. I decreed that I had it. I disregarded the 3D circumstances that was telling me, colleagues of mine telling me, yeah, but you've got no skills. If you want to be self-employed, you've got to get a skill. You've got to learn how to do editing or something, you know, stuff like that, that they were telling me all sorts of crazy things. If I want to be a contractor, you know, what kind of job is going to give you that? You're already getting enough money working in London. I was just disregarding all of those limitations. And I was like, no, I don't need to get a new skill. I'm skilled enough. I don't need to worry about that. I decree that I have it. This is my life. This is who I am now. This is what I'm going to have. In the 3D reality, I'm not being delusional. I'm not going around stating I have this now. I am driving a Lamborghini now. I am a coach now when I wasn't. This is not what it's about. It's not about being delusional and crazy in the 3D, but what it is about decreeing, declaring with that certainty, with that assertion. You know how I said that you can manifest sometimes with just a strong decision? It's like that assertion, that final acceptance that that's who I am, that's what's going to happen. Think about it. Anything that you've ever manifested, because like I say, all of you are sitting on success stories. I mean, I had a client yesterday, it was like 2 incredible success stories. I was like, why haven't you shared this? Think back to your successes. Think back to a time when you set an intention. Think back to how your 3D circumstances were telling you no at that time. There was no evidence for it. Think back to it. Now, you felt, say if it was like a career intention, you felt that you were going to be a lawyer, a sculptor, an artist, an actor. You felt that beforehand. You weren't trying to become it. Like when I had set an intention to become a coach and have a YouTube channel, and I saw what it is that I wanted, I accepted that everything that was happening in my 3D was stepping towards that. However, within my heart, I very much felt like I was already a coach. I wasn't telling people in the 3D I am a coach, but I was declaring that this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to be. With absolute certainty, I was decreeing it. It's a bit like, you know, that story. Some of you have heard of this. You know, Jim Carrey, master manifester. And of course, one of his manifestations, you know, when he was a broke actor, he trying to make it in Hollywood, not getting anywhere. One of the things that he did was that he wrote himself a check for 10 million with the intention to cash it. He knew that one day he was going to cash that check. And he had that mindset. It's like an actor. It's like being a method actor. They're not trying to be the character. They are it. They're stepping into it and they're playing that part. And that's what I did. I stepped into playing the part of a coach before I became a coach. All of you have done something like that. I stepped into the part, the feeling of being in a loving, committed relationship before I even had that. I stepped into that so much that I felt very content and at peace in my current 3D. In fact, I even said to myself, I better make the most of single life, because it's not going to last. It's about finding peace in the current moment, whilst also decreeing to yourself with that knowing, with that intention, that strong intention, that this is going to be my outcome no matter what. And so can you all be like Jim Carrey and make that decision? And this is the check that I'm going to cash one day. This is the amount that I see in my account. This is the life that I'm going to live. This is the relationship that I'm going to have. And what I do to really step into that, there's numerous ways that you can. You can use hypnosis. You can use cognitive behavioral therapy. This is what I do. You can use imaginal acts if you're doing it yourself. Imagination, step into it. Feel the reality of what it would be like to have your desire now. You can, some people like to affirm all day long, tens of thousands of times a day. Feel that out. Some people like to script it out, write out as though you've already got this reality, living it out. And as you're writing it out, that's also seeping into your mind. Find something that really works for you. The idea is that the technique does not manifest anything. Technique has no power. The technique is a tool. It's a vehicle from getting you to point A to point B, to point A where I don't have my desire, to point B where I do, and I can decree it with absoluteness. I might not have complete certainty. I might not always get that expectancy, that knowing with every single desire. I might still have some of my minor doubts. That doesn't matter. We've proven that we can manifest still with doubts and negative thinking patterns. But if my focus is still on that outcome, if that's where I continuously go back to, if that's what I can see in my future and nothing else, then no matter what is happening, I will find my way to that end, because it is with that decree, that decision, that strong connection to your outcome. That connection not only fulfills you internally, but it helps you to get through the 3D circumstances, which, let's face it, you and I already know it can be a bit of an arse to some of us, can't it? 3D circumstances will absolutely throw you in directions that you never expected, that are going to make you think that things aren't working out. And so that's why it's so important to have that connection, to have that internal impression built within you, so that no matter what you're being shown, no matter what people are saying to you, you've still got that strength of, I still accept that this is who I am. To the point of which the absence of it doesn't mean I don't have it. To the point of which, when I'm not working on the weekend, if I manage to take a weekend off, I don't suddenly cease to become a coach or a mental health therapist. It doesn't just cease just because it's not happening in the 3D. I am that, I accept that, that's part of who I am. I am a healer. And I have strong intentions for people. And that's why I get so many people reporting successes. That's why so many of you are reporting successes, whether I know you or not. You're watching this. That energy is going into you. That's my strong intentions. It's happening. It is happening. I need all of you on board with this as well, though, okay? And I need you to see this for yourself. So disregard your 3D circumstances. Start with a blank canvas. Disregard the past. Disregard the things saying you can't have it. Decide what it is that you want with absolute certainty. Get that clarity. Painting your picture, you know what it's going to look like, you know what the painted article is going to look like, and then decree it, declare it, own it, step into the state with whatever technique really works for you. And that's the 3Ds of manifesting. That's how you manifest absolutely anything that you desire. For those of you needing further support, check my links in the description box below for coaching, and also for my website. Go on my website. You are going to be inspired by how many people, some of these people I've never met in my life, shared incredible success stories. This law is just amazing, the things that you can achieve. And I think also reading some of those success stories are going to help you, because I tell you what, it even works for me as well. When I read back at them, it reminds me, because I don't always achieve miracles. I achieve my outcomes, but it's not always a miraculous thing. So sometimes some of these are so out there that I'm just like, you know what? Even if I'm going through my own 3D hell, because let's face it, we're all human. It happens to all of us. That is such a great reminder of the things that can be achieved. Why can't you achieve it too? You absolutely can. You're here, right? You're in the presence of success, the academy of success. All of you are a success. And that's why you're here. So it's inevitable for all of you. So if you check out those success stories, I promise that's going to boost you. And then go by the 3Ds of manifesting. We've also got our Patreon our Discord community set up. Everyone's setting each other challenges. Joseph and I are regularly in there. We've got live Q&As. We've got workshops. I'm going to be introducing hypnosis as well into the mix too. Live little intimate sort of hypnosis sessions as well. So come and join us there so that you're always supported. You're never alone. We love you guys. We're here to see you succeed. You all are going to succeed. You just are. I've decided it. As I always say to my clients, I'm never wrong. And they come back and they always they always say that. Yeah, you were right, Athena, you were right. Yes, so I'm right. Listen to me. You're all on the road to success. I believe in all of you. I love you loads. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.